Oh, yeah. It is that time again, my friends. It is this beautiful Thursday, the 9th. It is the 9th of April, which is exciting. So, so basically, tomorrow being the 10th, tomorrow's Big Friday, Good Friday. For those that celebrate, for those that don't celebrate, still Good Friday because it's Friday. We're going to make it good and then we're going to make it great. It should be called Great Friday. So that's tomorrow. And then Sunday is Easter. And for those of you that celebrate Easter with the bunny, that's awesome. We just got to figure out how the bunny came into play with chocolate eggs and red eggs. Somebody hook me up. Tell me what is happening with Easter, Christ, chocolate eggs, and a freaking bunny, and then red eggs. Drop that in the comments, and we're going to get this show going because today we have a really, really, really phenomenal guest, and most of you probably already know him, but for those that do not know him, you're about to find out who the man, the myth, the legend is. I'm not even going to tell you his name until I bring him out. So basically, I'm going to shoot a quick little video here because I have a buddy that's asking me what I'm doing, and I'm actually live doing my Hempibition show. So let's do that thing, you guys. Welcome. I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds here for more people to jump, and we're going to have a really cool conversation because, look, we are sort of stuck in our homes or, within limits of the city, if you will, and the world's changing and things are bizarre, and you can focus on the problem or you can really go into what's called a solution. Like, what is possible? What can I do different? What can I do today to get through this whole thing? Call it a mess, call it a problem, whatever. Thank you. I just got a text on the side saying that I look very pretty today. Thank you, Justin. Justin Frumkin from Jersey. I appreciate that. So the conversation today is going to be all about, first of all, you guys getting to know this person, but more importantly, how to just kill any situation, how to make things happen, how to fight for what you want. So it's going to be good. We got some good conversation coming up, people. So with that said, it's Facebook, and all of this information, this conversation today will be repurposed to the YouTube channel. It's going to get repurposed to the Hempibition podcast. That's on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, etc. So please go to the Hempibition podcast. Give us the 5-star likes. Give us a comment. Download the episodes, please. And then, of course, Who's a Badass as well on all the platforms. On as a podcast, click 5-star little review. Totally would appreciate it for what we do here. Now, this being that it's Facebook Live, you guys know the rules. You're going to smash the heart button, like really love us. Like right now, it's just drop hearts. And of course, tagging someone that needs to hear this information is very important. The winner. Shit, I don't have. Okay, no, you know what? I'm going to give away oil today. I was going to give away another Badass Refactory hat, but I don't have one handy. So I'm going to give away oil because you guys already know the oil, and it happened to have one right here. So the person with the most tags or most shares will get a bottle of 500 milligram Hempworks CBD oil. It's some of the best out there. So the person that tags the most or shares the most will get a bottle from us via mail. So the winner will be announced, and then you give us your address, and then it's all sorts of fun from there. And of course, comments are very important. So the first question for all of you guys that I have that I want you to drop in the comments section here now is this: what's the connection between, just because it's Easter and Passover? So happy Passover to all my Jewish friends, and then happy Good Friday and happy Easter to all my Christian friends. And it's all sort of the same. I think Beth this morning did a great post where she's like, man, aren't we all the same freaking people? Christ was a Jew, and then we celebrate this as Jews, and it's like, it's the same thing. But my question specifically is, what's the connection between the rabbit, the bunny, chocolate eggs, and red eggs? Somebody hook me up. Drop that in the comments. Please talk to me. With that said, of course, watch party is very important. So right now, if you want to do a watch party, click it. the watch party now. This way your audience can have this this information in front of them, and meanwhile have a conversation directly with you in the chat box there. So that's right, Justin, throwing up the Israeli flag there, the Jewish flag. Let's do this. So with all of that said, I gave you everything that there is to do, and we're now just going to start because it is that time of the hour. So with that said, I got a complete badass with us, and I'm just thinking now, like, he's so badass that I think he deserves like a separate episode on who's a badass, because this being the Hempibition, we're going to talk Hempibition and stuff like that. But let me tell you guys about the man, the myth, the legend. We met two-ish, I would say not even 2 years ago. I don't know, somewhere there. No, not 2 years ago. Whatever it's been, 19, 20 months. In that time, we got to know each other. We got to have conversations. We got to work together. We got to travel together. We got to do a bunch of road shows together. We got to share the stage together. We got to have a lot of meals together. We had a lot of cocktails together. Our kids have hung out. Our wives have hung out. Our families have hung out. And it's been a beautiful, blossoming relationship. I'll tell you what, because for me, in friendships and business relationships, I got to have something that gets my attention. It's just the way I am. And I'll tell you guys what this person, this human being, this complete badass is all about. There's a work ethic that makes other entrepreneurs look silly. This person, this human being, this badass, this man, the myth, the legend, he's 24/7. He doesn't stop. You can send him a message at 2 a.m., it'll take about 30 seconds. You get a freaking response like, what's up? What's going on? Well, I'm here. I'm like, bro, aren't you sleeping? Well, I was, but I heard the ding in it. Like, and I always answer Andre. So, and you guys think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. It's exactly like this every freaking time. So with that said, it's somebody that I really admire, complete badass, work ethic, family man, great husband, great father, and a phenomenal entrepreneur, the one and only Mr. Aron Parker. Welcome to the Hempibition.
Thank you, Mr. Popa. Excited to be here with you, sir.
Boom. Look at us. We're quarantined, but we're still working.
We're still working. We're making it happen.
Amen. That's right. Was that work hard?
Yes, sir.
I got my circle on. Boom. This is my quarantine look. I'm not shaved. It's just it's a quarantine life. So let's do this, because I want people to understand, for those that do not know you or really don't know your story, I want to go back because, you know, today we're living in funky times, militaries all over the world. And I think we're learning to appreciate military today more than before, even though we always have. But I think there's a different level of respect today for what they're doing, or what we hear they're doing with everything around the world and saving kids and human trafficking. So there's a lot of things they're doing that most people would not have the guts to do. So I want to go back to your Marine life. I want to know the story. I want people to understand what that's all about and what makes you a badass Marine.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't want to downplay the killer Marine that I am, because that is, you know, what they trained us to become. You know, that's the one thing about the Marine Corps, is every Marine is trained in guns, and every Marine you have to be able to qualify with a rifle, and none of the other services, like every single person in the Marines has to be able to do that. It's right. part of the training that we have to go through. So, you know, that was part of the appeal for me, you know, and I'll tell the story of how I became a Marine, because I was in high school. I had no clue what I was going to do. I actually was first exposed to network marketing while I was in high school. Wow. And I went to the meeting, and I was 17 years old, and I saw the circles, and I saw the money. I was like, I'm in. Sign me up. I want to make money. I mean, I'm the easiest recruit ever. And of course I made nothing. I made no money, but that was my first exposure to network marketing. And I had no clue what I was going to do. And I was like, the military sounds like a great idea, because you get benefits, you get, you know, guaranteed pay, you get health insurance, you get, you know, free education. And I was like, this is like a no-brainer. Like, military is the way to go. I mean, you don't have to pay for college.
Yeah.
And, because I didn't have money. I didn't have money for college. And so I was like, this is the way to go. So I'm going to join the Air Force. And this is going to be the shock. Why would I join the Air Force? Because it was the easiest, believe it or not, was in my mind. And because I could do computers. I was like, the Air Force, they got computers. I was big into computers. I love computers. And I was like, they're going to teach me computers. I can do a computer job, and it's not going to be that hard. It's just the Air Force, right? And so the Air Force guy, the recruiter, never got back to me. And so I'm like, imagine this, in network marketing, I'm actually going after the recruiter. Wow. Like, hey, Air Force guy, come sign me up.
Yeah, pick me.
And I hate to say it, but the lazy Air Force recruiter just never followed up, never got back to me. And so during all of this, like my senior year in high school, the Marine recruiter, who is like, boom, like locked and loaded, and he's just sharp and jacked and like walking down the hallway like he's a freaking machine. And I'm like, don't look at me. I'm like, I'm not over here, because they're like walking the hallway in high school trying to recruit the seniors. And I was avoiding them. And the Marine recruiter tried to like pin me down a few times to talk to me. And I'm just like, nope, not doing it. This is crazy. The Marines are nuts. Right. So finally one day he goes, I'll get you out of class and just meet me in the library just for like 30 minutes, but I'll get you out of class. I'm like, okay, cool. Get me out of class. Sounds good. So we sit down, and this Marine recruiter freaking got me so jacked out of my mind, excited. He's like, do you want to be the best? I'm like, yeah. He just got me fired up. I mean,
he was good.
Yeah. I mean, he was sharp. He was focused. He was dedicated. He's telling me about the greatest fighting force in the world, the United States Marine Corps. And I was like, can I do computers?
Yeah.
Now, there have been times where Marine recruiters kind of fib and say, oh, yeah, you can do this job, whatever you want. And then you get in and you come to find out you're not doing that job. And they just give you the job that they want you to have. Well, I took the test. I passed to be able to do computers. And luckily, my recruiter didn't lie to me. So I go in to the Marines literally 2 weeks out of high school. So I graduate high school. 2 weeks later, I'm off to boot camp. And so for 90 days, and this was the beginning, and the Marine Corps boot camp was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life, even to this day, and it actually has some correlation with what we're all going through today.
Yep. Because
it was 90 days of complete quarantine. You don't get to call home, hey mom, hey dad, right? What was funny is when you would get in trouble, they would literally hand you. In boot camp, they'd hand you a shoe, and they would say, Parker, call mommy right now. Talk to mommy. And you'd have to talk to mom, like have a conversation. And she's not on the phone. You're talking to your shoe. Just an example.
That's good.
Stuff they had us do. So it was 90 days of just madness. We could go on for a whole thing on boot camp. But I go in the Marines, and I'm doing computer stuff. I'm a trained killer. Like mentally, they got me jacked up, right? But my actual job in the Marines was pretty cushy. Like we're just doing computer stuff all day, but we're also Marines. So we still have the regiment and the discipline and the structure.
Yep.
And there's no other military that has what the Marines have. And I believe that the Marines, being one of the greatest decisions of my life, completely shaped who I am today and has helped me become successful in business.
So, two things. One, that fake shoe that you just picked up, was that like disinfectant wipes?
So that was actually cleaner for my whiteboard.
I'm like, dude, do you know how much that's worth today? That's gold. Yeah. So let's go back to boot camp, because I believe in that training. There's a lot of our foundation. I say our, like I went through it. I didn't go through it. I went through my own boot camp as a freaking immigrant, but you went through something that stays with you, and it shows up in everything that you do today. So back to boot camp, because everybody listening will get something out of the boot camp situation that they can apply to business today. watch this. So what was the hardest part of boot camp?
The hardest part of boot camp was, there was a lot of things. One, I would say, was the absolute isolation, because there's only 2 Marine Corps boot camps. One is in San Diego, which we call the Hollywood Marines, because when you're in San Diego boot camp, you still have, there's civilization everywhere. Like, you look out and you see people and you see a highway and you see airplanes. I was at Parris Island. Parris Island, we're literally in the swamp in South Carolina. There's no civilization. There's no people. We're in the middle of nowhere for 90 days. And they say, listen, if you try to get away, you're going to get eaten by the alligators. And it has already happened. So, like, there's no escape. So they tell you that from day one. Yeah. So number one was complete isolation. There's no escape from this place that we're in. And another big one was the food, because we're so used to eating what we want to eat. And you get to boot camp and it's 90 days of, you eat breakfast, you eat lunch, you eat dinner, and that's it. And you're going to eat what they give you. So those are 2. I mean, there was a lot of things, but those are 2 big ones that jump out.
Got it. So how does that show up in your business today?
So, I mean, for me, one of the biggest things would have to be, well, I mean, we could say isolation, because as entrepreneurs, and I'll speak to everyone who's watching this, who is currently involved in a home-based business of some kind. You're working with us. If you're not, you need to get with Andre, obviously, get started with us. Or you're involved in a home-based business, or you want to be, whatever the case. As entrepreneurs, we have periods of time where we are in isolation. Beth just hit it. Isolation, discipline, persistence, consistency. And so when we are building our business, there are periods of time where we are in our war room, our office, wherever that may be. It could be your kitchen, it could be your bedroom, right? Wherever you're building your business, it could be in your car. And there's going to be times where it could be hours, it could be days, where you're isolated from the world. Now, why is that? Because you're focused, because you've got goals to hit. And if you are around other people and you're doing normal everyday things, you're going to get distracted. And there are going to be a lot of times as an entrepreneur where we have to become comfortable with this isolation of what? Of building our business. It means we are in the trenches. We are on Messenger. We're doing videos. We're creating content. We're prospecting. We're following up. All of those things that pay us money is going to require for us to block out everything else and just get isolated and focused.
Which means, like in boot camp, like if you're not focused and you try to escape, you're going to die. So the consequence of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either one, not fun. So basically, today, so like everything, the boot camp was 90 days and you guys had a goal for that boot camp, right? Like at the end of the boot camp, you're supposed to have a certain mindset, a certain skill set, etc. So, and what we do today, how do you apply the boot camp 90-day concept to business?
It's one of the reasons why I love the 90-day blitz that we do in our business. I did my first 90-day blitz in 2012, and it helped to, catapult my career as an entrepreneur. And I believe that, 90 days is a period of time where you can create a lot of stuff, a lot of results, a lot of success in 90 days, which is really not that long. But while you're in it, it seems like it's taking forever. So 90 days of boot camp, while I was there, it seemed like an eternity. Like it seemed like I was there for a year or 2 years, but it's 90 days. But it's 90 days of being uncomfortable. It's 90 days of doing things that you've never done before. And I think that experience definitely helped with entrepreneurship. And I think that if everyone could kind of pretend that they're in boot camp for 90 days with the Marines, they'd be able to explode their success in their business that they are with today if they'd be willing to be uncomfortable, have a coach or a mentor who's telling them what to do. Because in the Marines, they're telling you what to do every step of the way, every minute, all day long. Even if you don't want to do it, you have to do it. And it's getting out of your comfort zone. And one of the big things that happened for me in boot camp was realizing that I'm capable of doing a lot more than I think I am. And it's those moments, same thing like in the gym. Now today I work out every day. And I think that mentally, all of us in business, we put limitations on ourselves. And we put limitations on ourselves of, how good we are and what people think of us. And I'm not able to have success because fill in the blank. How many of you guys have done this? I can't have success because fill in the blank. And you just make up shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And in the Marines, it wasn't an option. They're like, you're going to do this or you're going to die. Like your life is on the line, and your fellow Marines who are your brothers, their life is on the line. You need to complete this task. Like that's it. You have to do it. And they're helping you through it. They're coaching you through it. And if you fail, you go again, and you just keep going. And so you find really quickly that you're actually able to do a lot more than you think you can.
Yeah, that's right.
And so it's pushing yourself past your self-imposed limitations.
And I think you just touched on some phenomenal things. Leadership is a huge component of what you learned in boot camp, because you're always a part of a team. When you go to war, when you go to battle, when you in boot camp, you're a part of a group of people. So you depend on each other. And if one person goes down, then the team suffers. So same thing in business today. So let me ask you a question. How important is it to have a goal when you're doing a 90-day blitz?
I mean, without a goal, it's almost pointless, in my opinion. We have to have a goal. So the goal could be a big goal. It could be a small goal, but you've got to have goals along the way. I think there's two different perspectives for goal for people who are in network marketing, entrepreneurship. In boot camp, the goal was simple. It was just get through it. It was just make through the 90 days. And by the time we were done, it was the most amazing, euphoric feeling. Like you've got grown men just crying because of what they just accomplished after 90 days. And in entrepreneurship and network marketing, I think it's important that we set a big goal. So have a goal for the end of 90 days, you're going to accomplish this. But it's just as important, if not more important, that while you're looking at this 90-day goal, which is a big goal, or it could be 6-month or 12-month, do big goals. But even more important is, what are you doing every day? There has to be a little daily, at least weekly, but I think even daily goal of what are you going to accomplish every single day. And the challenge, I think, Andre, is that when we're doing these little daily goals, sometimes it's like I'm getting nowhere. I've been to the gym for 30 days and I haven't really seen much success. I haven't lost any weight or whatever it is. I've been in the business for 30 days, I'm doing my daily things, but I'm not making a lot of money yet. And we kind of get in trouble with that line of thought because we are making progress. You just may not always see it. So it's the daily little goals that are going to get us to the big goals.
Let's talk about Kathy. Look at that smile. I love it. So, yeah, because look, I mean, business is business, and there's many, many things. And I told you we'll go back and forth, but how are you showing up to the relationship with Kathy? Kathy's obviously a badass. You guys have a great relationship, great daughters. You guys homeschool, you're doing things really, really well. But I guess tell me about your connection and how this relationship with Kathy specifically, and we'll get to the girls in a minute, how that relationship makes you a better man, entrepreneur, etc.
I mean, at the end of the day, for me personally, I know that there's guys that are able to do this, but for me, when there was no Kathy, I was just a loose cannon, no success. It was, I want to, I have my goals and I want to be, a millionaire, but I never did what it really took to create success when it was just me. I know some guys can do it, but for me, for whatever reason, I didn't have the proper focus And I think at the end of the day, it comes down to when it was just about me, I would always come up with an excuse. When it was just about me, it was, oh, it's okay, I can do it next time. Or, oh, I didn't hit my goal or succeed, and it's no big deal, whatever. And I would come up with reasons why or excuses why I wasn't successful. And it would just keep piling up. Once it became about Kathy and the girls, then the excuses there were none. I wasn't able to make an excuse anymore because I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for them.
So I remember one night, I think you and I were on the phone, or the four of us were on the phone, and all of a sudden, like, we're having a glass of wine, and she says, well, I don't have any wine. And you actually literally got up, drove to the store, got a bottle of wine, and brought it back home.
Yep.
That's badass. So you guys working together, because some people on here are couples, and whether you're watching this live or replay or podcast or YouTube, whatever, and whether you're a couple or you're working with couples, there are nuggets here that can help you or your team, which really means helping you and your team. So Aron, working together, so is it a matter of, for example, like, hey, I have my strengths that I focus on, and then she has hers, and then that's how we balance each other out? Is that the situation for you guys?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, for me, I mean, we could go on all specifics, but yeah, there's definitely, I have my strengths, recruiting, computers, tech, Facebook, the groups, a lot of, again, the prospecting stuff, building the business. But it's interesting because there's little things that she brings to the table with business that really a lot of people don't see, that she helps with tremendously. And she doesn't get credit for it because nobody sees it.
Right.
It's things behind the scenes where after I do this, she's like, hey, why'd you do that? Or, hey, I think that, she's giving me her opinion, her feedback, which I'm always asking for. And it's just a perspective. It's a different perspective. It's different, coming from a female, and things that I'm not going to be able to see myself. And if somebody else gave me the advice, I wouldn't listen. But because it's coming from her, I'm going to obviously listen and be open to that. So she's been a very, very critical, element to the success that we've had over the years, without question.
And what do you guys do when you get to that place of butting heads? How do you resolve issues outside of her winning? But what happens? What do you do?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean,
you're turning red.
Butting heads, it's part of life, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's part of marriage, part of life. You got to work through those things.
Yep.
I think that it's interesting because we're both stubborn in our own way. So it could definitely be challenging at times, but like you said, she's going to win no matter what. So I have to sometimes just realize that, and I don't have to always be right, even though I want to be right. But do I want to be happy, or do I want to be right?
That's good.
So I don't know if that answers your question, but
yeah, no, look, relationships, period, require two sides, and we all have the moments where shit happens. But the most important part is, what do you do to get through them? What tools do you have? What techniques do you have?
I pour wine.
Yeah, he pours wine. Yeah, he'll also go to the store to get a bottle if you're out at midnight, and everybody's happy. So, like Tammy and I through the years had to learn how to work together, because she comes from a past, I came from a past, and sometimes it wasn't all that easy working together. It's like, what do you mean it's your way? And I'm like, it has to be my way, damn it. No. So you build the skill set, right? It's another skill set to be able to get along, create together, and be able to complement each other, respect each other. There's so much that goes into that. So awesome. How are you guys raising the girls? I know you're homeschooling and you have great foundation there. I see you guys playing ping pong from your security camera. Good things are happening. So tell me about the girls and what you guys are doing different than maybe the way you were brought up.
Yeah, and this was a challenge for me because I'm like, put them in school, like, and I know that may seem weird that I'm saying that, but because I went through, so I'm like, school's not that bad, just go to school. But over the years, I've realized that Kathy was right, and and that we've tried school with them. We tried, private school, and there's just nonstop challenges between Charlie with dyslexia, Claire with ADHD, and it's just nonstop challenges that we didn't want to battle the system. And so thank goodness in Florida, they have very flexible homeschooling options. And so essentially, Kathy runs the homeschooling, and we have curriculums that they go through to learn, stuff that they need to learn. But we also are very, open. Like it's almost like, hey, girls, what do you want to learn? You want to do fitness? Do you want to learn music? Do you want to learn science? Do you want to learn about bugs? And they just kind of pick what their interest is, and then they'll spend, their time, instead of being, programmed by society, by the school system, we just let them learn whatever they want to learn.
How important is it for you guys, as it was for us with our girls? How important is it for them to know that, and not that there's anything wrong with getting a job, but how important is it for you guys to raise them knowing that mommy and daddy are entrepreneurs, and in entrepreneurship, you have highs and lows and phenomenal days and shitty days, and it's over days, and oh my God, we're going to be rich forever days. Because we've all had them, all of those, right? So how important is it for you guys for them to see the reality of entrepreneurship?
Yeah. And I sit down with them. I just did the other day, and I was talking to them about, because they don't really remember most of their memories. They're 10 and 11 right now. Most of their memories are of mom and dad having money. They don't remember just 7, 8, 9 years ago when we were living in a small apartment and dad was working 2 jobs and we had no money. And even when we went through a period just 2 years ago where we had no money again, they didn't really know. And, we didn't want to tell them like, hey kids, we're broke. Like, we didn't tell them. Right. But now, 2 years later, we sit down and we're like, hey girls, remember a couple of years ago when we were living in that house? Well, we want to tell you a few things. This is real life. This is business. And here's where we were. And these were situations and challenges that mom and dad had to go through as entrepreneurs. And they know what entrepreneurship is, and that we have a home business that we, they all know all about the power team, and they know all about, MDC and products. And we're helping people get healthy and make money and all this stuff. So we talk about it all the time. So it's just conversation. It's just conversations that we have to make sure that they are aware, that they understand what we've gone through, the challenges that we have gone through. So now that they're getting a little older, we're not going to, hide as much of those challenges. Right. We want them to know, look what mom and dad had to go through. Look at the challenges that we've been through to be able to get to where we are today. So now that they're a little older, we're starting to have more of those real talk conversations with them. And Kathy and I both have said, listen, when you guys are, 15, 16, whatever it is, you're getting a job. We both had jobs. We want them to go get a real job, doing something, a waiter, a hostess, get dirty, see what it's like in the workforce. And, listen, if they want to, like Charlie, she wants to be a veterinarian, right? So cool. So she can go to schooling specifically for becoming a vet, and she could be a vet, and that could be her job. So whatever it is that they want to do, they can go do. And if that requires schooling, then they'll have to go do that schooling. If they want to be entrepreneurs and start their own business, we'll help them do that as well.
And is college important for you guys? Like, are you the type like you have to go get a degree?
Absolutely not.
Next question.
Well, I never went to college, and Kathy dropped out, and we're doing okay without it. So, yeah. You know, and if you look at the statistics, I mean, for us, the reality is the most successful people who make the most money either never went to college or dropped out of college.
Yeah.
And the majority of my friends who do have a college degree, they're in massive debt, and they're not even using the degree in their current line of work. So we're basically saying, listen, if you need to get a degree of some kind or do schooling for a specific job that you want to, that's going to be your passion in life, then go do that schooling.
Yep.
But going to get a degree just because, absolutely not.
Amen to that. Save your cash.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I ask because so many people are so in the mindset of you got to go get a degree. You know, we have friends and family. It's like you have to. And it's like they come out. It's exactly what you just said. They come out with a degree, and it's like, yeah, some paid cash and some financed and got loans, etc. And it's like you're not using that. Like you came out more stupider than, you know what I mean? So what was the point? What did you do? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? So anyway, I agree there 100%. If it's a skill set, you're going to look, you want to cut somebody's brain open, please go get a degree, right? That makes perfect sense. What do you feel is going on in the world right now? What's your take?
Oh boy.
Are you opening that can? Come on. Absolutely.
I mean, so I'm going to come from a place of, you know, first of all, I don't know the truth, right? Obviously, I'm not somebody I'm not going to spend hours researching, right? For me, it's just a waste of time. And Kat, I'm going to give you guys a little insight to our life right here. So there was a period of like really 2 days where Kathy and I were like, got to figure this out, this 5G and this virus and the vaccines and who's behind it and what the hell's going on. And I was like, honey, this is pointless. I get it. Some people just feel the need to they got to just spend hours watching the news and redoing all the research here's what I said. This is my personal opinion. Doing all that research to figure out the truth of what's really going on, guess what? What is that really going to do for us other than us being able to tell all these people they're wrong? Like we could say in a month or 2 months or 3 months, look, I was right. I told you guys I was right. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But who's that really going to help? How much money is it going to make you? None. Right. And how many other people are we really going to be helping with that information? And unless our business is in the business of this information, my choice is just to stay out of it. I'm just going to stay out of it. That's just me personally, because, and listen, I have this pulling just like everyone else. Like I want to investigate. I want to research. I want to figure it all out. I want to see who's right and who's wrong. And I want to prove to these people that they're wrong and I'm right. And here's why. And I really just had to have this talk with myself and Kathy, because I'm like, this is a waste of time. This is not going to help us. It's not going to help our girls. And here's the crazy part. It's not going to change anyone's mind anyway. Like the people who are convinced that it's whatever they think it is, you're not going to change their mind anyway. So you're really just wasting your time. So now with all that being said, I'll say this. I think that there is definitely an agenda. I think that there's definitely a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't know. I think that as usual, we're being lied to massively by the people who are in power. And, I think that at the end of the day, we can't control that. We can't change it. So for me, I like to only spend time and energy on things that I can control. And so regardless of what happens in society with, like, I literally sit down with Kathy and we talk about, like, what's the worst case scenario? Well, here's worst case scenario. This continues for 6 months or 12 months and everything's shut down. You know, half the country's unemployed. It's socialism. You know, like, there's riots in the streets. Like, there's worst case scenarios that could take place. And so I'm like, okay, well, look, if that happens, what are we going to do? That's all that matters. And so what are we going to do is, well, we need to be prepared. Well, what does that look like? Well, it means, number one, we need to go make as much money as we possibly can. Mm-hmm. And we need to go help as many people as we can on our team to also be prepared to make money now. Because here's the bottom line. Money is power. Money is resources. Money is choices. Money gives you options. And if shit hits the fan, if you have resources, that could be cash, it could be gold, silver, ammo, guns, food. I mean, whatever it is, the people who are prepared are the ones that are going to be okay. And the ones who spent all their time consumed and obsessed with the politics and this politician and who's behind all of this madness. What is that all that going to do for you? It's not going to help you. Just focus on what you can actually do to help you and your family. And that means, in my opinion, just my humble opinion, that means building your business. Like, we're entrepreneurs. Build your business, create financial independence, financial stability, give yourself options, and that is going to come from having resources. And we all have the ability right now today to go do that. We have an amazing company. We have an amazing opportunity that is paying people millions of dollars right now. And if you're not working with Andre Popa and Tammy Popa, then you need to get with this guy, because you're missing the ball. You're missing out. I don't know if that answers your question, but that was like all over the place.
No, that was good, because listen, there are different personalities, right? And what you said, preparation, being prepared, is what this is all about. So your point was basically, what are you going to do? Like, what you're going to know all this stuff. What are you going to do?
Exactly.
I have a rebuttal to that, because, and only because, from a place of, if people, let's say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, would have been knowledgeable of all this stuff. Like, for me, I study this stuff. It's not about, I don't watch news. I don't watch the politicians. I study the reality. I come from communism, so I know what the CIA is all about. Like, I know what I know. So for me, it's a passion, because I knew the tides were going to turn one day. Yeah. So the concept of being prepared is knowledge, and then being, from that knowledge, obviously doing something about it, taking action, being prepared, etc. And here's the key, because we are entrepreneurs, and today, shit, like, everybody's at home and everybody's online, but most people are like, shit, what do I do? Because they're not prepared to build a business online. They didn't see this coming. The ones that knew about it saw it coming. My point is, I agree with you. Stay focused. Don't get into the news. Don't watch mainstream media, because that will devour you. Number one, it's fake news. And number two, it'll consume you, because all they do is they sell drama. So I guess that's my only rebuttal there. It's just like, have a little bit of balance. No, be knowledgeable, because if this happens again. And here's the other thing, having the knowledge can also help you, your family, your surroundings, being able to catch this in the future. So if there is a cabal in the future, technically there should be, because good cannot exist without evil. So when politicians, bad people, celebrities, and they do bad things, and I'm not going to get into that now, but are you going to be knowledgeable to catch it next time, as opposed to, oh my God, it's this celebrity. Oh, she's so pretty, but you don't know that 2 minutes ago she just drank kids' blood. Yeah. But next time in the future, what if you have that knowledge? Anyway, that's my only point. Preparation is knowledge. That's all. But great stuff. So why is HempWorks the company? Who just walked in? Who was that?
No, nobody.
Oh, I thought it was one of the kids.
No, I'm just excited. I love this question. So I saw you showed this at the beginning. This is one of our originals.
Yep. There it is.
And, I think, it's really interesting because, I've been in network marketing for 20 years. Majority of that was part-time. Majority of that was me struggling, failing, not making any money. And then finally, 8 years ago, started having enough success to where I could do this full time. And HempWorks / My Daily Choice is the longest that I've ever been in a single network marketing company. So that speaks volumes for one. This is also the most by far that I've ever made in any network marketing company. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And I think as far as why HempWorks, and well, okay, so that's great, Aaron, but why? Like, what's the difference? What happened? Why is this different? For me, I think if you want specifics, I think one is our products are truly, helping people. I've been in companies in the past where we had good products, but it was just like another product. And I truly believe that part of the reason why we're having so much success is because these are products that people love. These are products that are truly helping people with challenges that they're having. And when you have products that do that, it's a winning combination in business. So that I think is number one, is the products. Products work. People love the products. And they're going to continue. This is the key. They're going to continue to purchase the products, even if they're not making money with the business, right? We have customers that are continuing to order these products every single month. They're just customers. Now, for me, that was number one. That had to be there. But the other elements of this are the system. We have a system that's free. We have a brand new app that's badass. The marketing system allows people to create success, to recruit, to build a business, and they don't charge us for it. So that's really cool. And so the system was a huge piece of the element for me. The other one was the comp plan. I love comp plans. I love dissecting comp plans. People ask comp plan questions. Boom, they bring it to me. Boom, I got the answer right away. So knowing that this comp plan pays crazy money. I'm not going to sit here and say we have the best comp plan, right? Because that's what everyone says. What I can tell you is that based on the volume that we have in our team, I've never been paid this much on the amount of volume that we have. And this comp plan pays crazy money. When I saw people make millions of dollars in commissions who had never made big money before, I was like, I need to pay attention to this because this comp plan is bad ass. So the system, the comp plan, and then you've got Josh and Jenna. Josh and Jenna, they're just amazing. They are in the trenches. They're helping us every day. And, I have to say Josh is just like, he's making it happen. He's evolving. He's making changes. He's adjusting. Like he doesn't have to do a lot of the stuff that he does, but Josh is continuing to grow the company, continuing to expand the product line, bringing us this mobile app. How many of you guys are loving the app? Drop a comment if you're loving the app. This app costs Josh a lot of money, not only to create the app, but to maintain the app. And he gives it to us for free. That's pretty cool. So the fact that he's continuing to evolve and continuing to, make things better for us really tells me that we are in the right place at the right time with the right company. And this for me, after 20 years in the industry, this for me is the legacy play. Like I see industry veterans who have been in a network marketing company for 10, 20, 30 years, and they're making millions of dollars residually. And I'm like, that's going to be me.
Yeah, I like that.
For the first time, like I see that happening for us. And this is the company that's going to get us there. And so 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll still be here and we'll be doing well. And unfortunately, there will be people who miss the boat because they chose to come up with whatever in their mind, their excuse or some reason as to why it wasn't going to work for them, or why they're going to find some other, other way to make money, which is great. But some people just won't stick it out. They won't stay the course. And it's unfortunate. So, I mean, I'm in love with this company. I'm in love with this team. And I'm just so grateful to be working with amazing people like you guys, like the Popas. What?
Ooh, Popas and the Parkers. And we have about 5 more minutes here with Aron. Tell me about network marketing as a machine. Is it for everybody? Can anybody do this?
I love this question. So I've seen a lot over the years. I've been a part of teams that had tens of thousands of people. I've built teams of tens of thousands of people. And I think that it comes down to this. Anyone can be successful in network marketing, but not everyone will be. Everyone can be successful in network marketing. Anyone and everyone. Mom down the street. We got grandma on the team. She's killing it right now, right? Anybody could be successful in network marketing, but not everyone will be. It simply comes down to the choice. It comes down to how bad does somebody want it? I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. This is entrepreneurship, and I love the phrase, if it was so easy, everyone would do it, right? I'm not saying this is going to be easy.
That's right.
This is hard work. But guess what? Working a job is hard work, right? Going to work for someone else and having a boss is hard work. Being unemployed is going to be hard work when you have no money. Or you could put in the hard work to build a network marketing business, which is going to be hard work. It's going to be hard. It's not easy. If it was so easy, everyone would do it. But I believe it's worth it. The hard work is worth it. So why network marketing? Why network marketing? Here's why. Because I want you to imagine, I want everyone to imagine this. This is what's so insane. The fact that I have only been, just think about the numbers. The fact that I've only been with this company for 23 months. And just think about how long you or people have worked a job. How many years have you invested and have you worked a job? And the question is, if you stopped working that job, are they going to keep paying you? Think about that. Because I don't know of any job that would. In this business, they keep paying us. After 23 months in this company working with Andre and Tammy, they are paying me right now a residual income every month more than what I used to make per year at my job. How is that even possible?
That's deep. Yep.
That's insane. Now, again, income disclosure, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Is it easy? No. Is everyone going to do it? No. But anyone could do it.
Yep.
Anyone could do it. That is the beauty of network marketing.
Boom. 2 minutes. Last question. What are your 3 rules for success?
Oh, you should have prepped me for this one.
I just did. Go.
3 rules for success. Okay. So number 1 has to be focus. I'm just going to give you like super basic stuff here because to me, success is all about simplicity. Yeah. So focus. I want everyone to ask yourself a simple question. Somebody put this in the comments, write it down. Every day, ask yourself this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how focused am I on building my business? How focused am I? What am I doing right now? Is it helping me build my business or am I getting distracted? And right now, more than ever, distractions are just going crazy. So number 1 is focus. You've got to be focused. I truly believe that the only way that I've been able to create success is because my level of focus was insane levels of focus, blocking out all distractions and that isolation we talked about. Be willing to isolate yourself, to be laser focused and just put in the work. So number 1 is focus. Number 2 is, focused doing what, right? So number 2 has to be putting in the work. And it's the right work, right? A lot of people say, well, I'm working. Aaron, I'm working my business. Okay, well, we need to look at what you're actually doing.
So would that be the plan?
The plan?
Yeah, so working, like what you're doing, would that be a part of the plan for the day, for the month, for the 90-day blitz?
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. So focus, having a plan.
Having a plan. And the last one has to be a crystal. This is a game changer right here. If you don't have this, nothing works. If you don't have, in my opinion, there's exceptions. In my opinion, if you don't have this, nothing works. A crystal clear, like written down, you can call it your why, call it your vision. It has to be so strong, so freaking compelling that it makes your face just turn ugly, and you literally have a burning fire desire inside of you. That's how strong this why, this vision has to be. I also like to say it's your have to. What is your have to? It's not, well, I want to build my business because it would be nice to have a car and it'd be nice to be debt free. Guess what? Those aren't going to happen just because of the way you said it. But if you say, I have to do this because I have to help my mom, I have to help my kids, this is something I have to do, and it becomes a burning desire. Once your why is so strong, guess what? You become unstoppable. And that is a very critical piece to the whole equation for success. And until I found that piece, I was a typical running through the motions on a treadmill, trying to have success in network marketing. But my vision, my why wasn't strong enough. And once that changed, game over.
So focus, plan, and you really got to know your why. Yeah. With that said, this, everybody, has been the one and only Mr. Aron Parker. But before I let you go, I'm thinking, because I see Kathy all over like comments, and she's like really involved. I'm thinking, like, would she be really involved to be a guest on the show? I think she should.
Honey, are you there? Are you going to be a guest on the show?
Hello, anyone? Well, so what I'm thinking, as soon as she says yes, because now as we're talking, I'm thinking, what if Tammy interviews her on this show? I'm just saying, we'll see. Kathy, send us a message. Actually, you should just drop a yes right now in the comments. Will Kathy Parker be a guest? We're waiting. With that said, everybody, drop in the comments right now your biggest nugget from Aron Parker. Crazy experience, boot camp in the Marines, built businesses, having great success today, killing it with HempWorks. I can't tell you the amount that he's making per month, but he's just killing it. And phenomenal husband, phenomenal father, and just a really, really great entrepreneur. Aron Parker, thank you for being on the Hempibition.
Andre, it was a pleasure. Thank you, sir. And I just want to say, if it wasn't for our team, we wouldn't be here. We love our team. We are in the trenches every day, and we will continue to bust our ass every day to help our team have success. Thank you, Andre, Popa. Anytime. Love to work with you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Aron Parker, everybody, give it up.
Woo! Huge. Can't wait to give you a hug. And have a drink.
That's right. I heard drink and then a hug. Thank you, brother. Everybody, that was Aron Parker. It was phenomenal. And I think Kathy Parker just said, heck yeah, or does she use the F word? Let me see here. Gosh darn it. Heck yeah. We got a heck yeah from Kathy Parker. All I got to do now is get Tammy to say yes too, because I think that'd be cool. Tammy and Kathy, are you kidding me? Two badasses on the show. Whoa. Amazing. All right. Well, this was another episode of the Hempibition that came to you, of course, live via Facebook. This will be repurposed to the Hempibition podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, etc. That's where you'll also find Who's a Badass, that we do Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific. And again, the giveaway for today is a 500 milligram bottle of Hempwork CBD oil, which is just freaking amazing. And what's exciting is next Thursday, I'm going to have a complete badass. She is, well, so next Thursday, there's a badass that's going to join me for a conversation in the company, killing it. She's under the Butlers out on the East Coast. So she's got a great story. We'll do that next Thursday. But this coming Tuesday on Who's a Badass, that is going to be a show. I'm talking to a woman out of Australia who's very much involved with the QAnon movement, for those of you that follow that stuff. So we're going to get some, like, she's one of my sources to get information as to what's happening in the world. So that's Tuesday at 2 p.m. With that said, Kathy said yes. I got to go talk to Tammy now. And we'll see you guys very soon. Drop in the comments your biggest takeaway from today. What's that nugget or the nuggets that are going to completely change your life and change your business? Mwah. Love you guys. I'm going to go have a cigar. Bye-bye.